it has taken me a while to finally get round to Nightfall, a movie that you lovely viewers talked me into buying the last Arrow sale, and I am eternally grateful for you highlighting this movie. This was such a wonderful film. It's 78 minutes, it just zipped along and was just an absolute treat. And you get this wonderful noirish movie where we're introduced to Ben Fraser at the start, our character, and the movie does this little bait and switch with you, which I initially just made me sit up and pay attention as it does it. We follow Ben Fraser, who is walking about the streets watching carefully. He walks up to a man, Aldo Ray playing James, and has a little bit of a chit chat, and then all of a sudden we find ourselves following the James character and leave Ben Foster behind. And just that little bait and switch of what's the lead character, who is the lead character here, had me paying attention to what's going to happen. And this is a movie where I'm not going to talk too much about the plot, because the plot is integral to the surprises and is just wonderful to be discovered along the way. What you do find out is that James is a troubled man, a man who's caught in a situation, and it's going to catch up in him pretty soon, and he's going to end up life or death. There is also the reinsertion of Ben Foster's character I thought was initially going to be the lead at the start, who disappears, then comes back into the movie later on and adds a hell of a lot to it. And it's a film that is wonderfully shot by Tourneur, that has some great characters in here as well. We get Brian Keith as a bad guy, you get Anne Bancroft as the sort of femme fatale at the start of this, and you have a movie that's really well put together. It's one of these tales where it's drip feeding you information all the way through it.
You've been giving us a bad time, Rayburn. What are you calling yourself these days? Anyway, you cost us a lot of money trying to find you.
And it ain't deductible either.
You shut up.
And it's drip feeding you these informations in the form of flashbacks of people telling tales, but it never feels like exposition. It never feels like it's forcing in information. It's very natural to the movie. And you get to see these wonderful locales as well, whether it be LA that we spend time in, or whether we jump to the mountainous scenic idea of Wyoming covered in snow, which looks beautiful as well. And it has this kind of feeling of having a lot crammed into the 78-minute runtime. And I love the idea of our investigative character, our character in trouble, the bad guys looking for their reward, and a femme fatale who is kind of stuck in the middle of all of this. And the movie has such really great set pieces as well. There is a fantastic sequence set during a fashion show, a runway moment where there is this mounting tension of what is going to happen, what could possibly happen. This character that's been included into this situation where they could end up dead because they're superfluous to the actual story. They're not needed. You could see something terrible happening to it, and it just creates this terrible sense of tension. And of course, Tourneur directs the hell out of it and wrings every bit of that tension out of that set piece. Then of course there's the finale, which again is a rather subdued and quiet. It has these wide open scenic shots. It has this snow that's covered everything, a shack in the middle of nowhere, and again a hell of a lot of tension. I really enjoyed this movie so much so that I'm reluctant to talk too much about the plot, because I want you guys to check this out. I want you to enjoy it as much as I did.
Kept looking at a calendar he's got tacked up in back of the closet door.
Do you think he knows he's being watched?
I had the glasses on him. He kind of grows on you. Know what I mean, Laura? It's almost like he needs protection.
And one of the things I really loved about this was James, our protagonist character, Art as he's otherwise known, a character whom doesn't feel like a bad guy at the start. He has these soft vocal stylings. He doesn't seem aggressive. He feels as though the world has beaten him up knocked him down, he feels like a character that's ready to die, to go away. He's stuck in a situation he doesn't want to be in, and you have that kind of fear for him. You feel sorry for him. You feel as if he's been caught in a situation that's not his fault. When you get some information revealed to you, you feel bad that all the things that's really happened to him. And I think it's a really, really fun movie that just has all these twists and turns, that just absolutely nails the pace, that keeps you glued to the screen and keeps revealing stuff that just makes you go, aha, I want to know more. That satisfies a little bit of my curiosity, but now I have more.
What do you say, John?
This is what they call a point of no return, friend.
Suppose you knew you were going to get killed if you didn't talk. Wouldn't you talk?
Would I talk? I'd be a one-man filibuster.
You think I wouldn't?
It's one of those wonderful movies. Nightfall, absolutely fantastic, terrific movie, well worth checking out. I hope you have seen it. If not, I hope you're going to see it. I'd love to know your thoughts on the movie either way. Of course, there's more content up here on the side where you can click these links and check out other videos of mine. And of course, as always, like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. And I'll see you next time on Man v Film.